All right. Hey, welcome to the Private Club Podcast. This is the week one recap live out of the Private Club studios. It's your boy Quinzel, aka Q, aka Scarecrow. I'm your commissioner, and I am here with my co-commissioner, Casual. All right, Kaz, welcome back to the show, man. It's definitely good to have you. We're gonna go ahead and get started, man. Let's go ahead and kick this thing off, man. So what I'm gonna do now, I'll go ahead and share my screen. I know a lot of y'all have definitely been waiting for us to finally, get this thing finally kicked off. Obviously, we've had some hiccups. We've definitely had some hiccups as far as getting everything underway, but here we are, right? Here we are. Listen, this today is Wednesday, the 15th. This is as of Monday the 13th. So if you have played a game on Tuesday or today, that is not going to be recorded or included in the stats that we're going to show today. All right. So hopefully that motivates teams to finish their games on time, right? Finish your week one games in week one. Finish your week two games in week two. So we're not going through this over and over and over again. But let's go ahead and get started and get things kicked off. So, hey, as always, listen, we're live on all our platforms, right? The website is live. There goes the link there. If you haven't liked, shared, subscribed our YouTube channel, right? Go ahead and do that. Make sure you do that. Make sure you're supporting the channel, man. That really does matter. And we're live on Twitter. Shout out to our publicist, Lenny, who I'm actually getting ready to introduce shortly as well. But we are live on our platforms. Make sure you go support it. Let's move forward. Now, hey, I think it's really important to just introduce the leadership, the current leadership as it stands today, right? The members of the committee board as it stands today. So obviously, I am your commissioner. All right, my co-commissioner is Casual from Simply Great. He is also taking over the director of investigations role, right? The DOI role. So each and every time there's a dispute between two teams, all right, and those individuals cannot. Oh, I got Casual, so I got to let him back in. Hey, Casual, can you hear me? Casual, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, perfect. All right, so we got him back with us. Hey, so anytime there's a dispute between two teams, something that needs to be investigated, he's going to be the lead investigator on that. All right. Our statisticians. Got him, Coach. Hey, Coach from Immortals of Silence, man. He is taking over the statistician role. I'm just kind of playing a backseat now, right? I still do all the individual stats with the records and all that in the back. But as far as the time consuming data entry for each game, he's kind of taking over that role. Man, it's been a huge help. We can always use more help though, but he's definitely been a huge help, man. Shout out to him. Hey, for our journalists, right? So the person who's overall in charge of our website, man, Donnie, man, welcome to the team, man. So Donnie, who also got picked up by Immortals of Silence, he's been with the Private Club for a really, really long time. So definitely big shout out to him and thanks for everything he's doing with the website, man. Just kind of keeping it up to date and keeping everything mesh and everything aligned. Our publicist, all right, so Spinning Lennon, my boy Lenny from Distant Stills. So Lenny is going to spearhead our social media, everything. So our Twitter and all that, everything social media is gonna go through Lenny. So Lenny and Donnie are gonna be working a lot together, right? Making sure we got the right headlines for the news articles and all that. And then last but not least, we got DD Smooth K from Northside Vibes. As of right now, he's our director of personnel management, right? So he's going to be the individual making sure that all the personnel transactions, are fair and equal. Like people are actually signing players the right way and releasing players the right way, and they're not playing with people on their team that they're not supposed to be playing with, right? He's going to be overall in charge of that for now. That said, I know he kind of wants to expand that role a little bit more. So if we get some help, if someone's interested to take that over so we can put Didi somewhere else, by all means, reach out, let us know, man. As you can see, those last two spots down there are vacant. Like we always said, if we were really going to do this, if we were going to have the type of success that we wanted to have, we always said that the magic number would be 8, right? The magic number would be 8. 8 members of the board would really give us the oomph, right? 8 thorough members, right? Members that are actually going to be active and consistent and really put their best foot forward. Right now we're at 6. We're still looking to expand. So, if the shoe fits, I think one person just called me earlier and said he may want a slot, man. So definitely appreciate the help. All right, let's move forward. Now, the Private Club Thought of the Week, all right, is brought to you by Louis Pasteur. Louis Pasteur. Fortune favors the prepared mind. Think about that, right? Fortune favors the prepared mind. So if you're not preparing for each endeavor in life, there's the likelihood that you might not wind up on the fortunate side of things. But if you are deliberately and intentionally preparing, typically fortune finds you. And I find that ironic. Like, now, y'all know I'm a big fan of Casual. Not here again, not just because he's my dog, you know, just off the court. But I was a big fan of him before I really knew him personally, right? Because he prepares better than anyone for 2K, at least anyone that I've ever met, right? Like watching film, studying for opponents. So I'm gonna put him on the spot right quick, man. I'm gonna put him on the spot, you know, because they're 3-0 right now. I know we're gonna talk about the standings later, but in every league I've played with him, like he is prepared better than anyone, and it shows on the record board. So, Casual, let me just ask you, man, what is it that you're actually looking for? What are you looking for when you're sitting down preparing for your next opponent?
Before I get into that, I want to say we 3-1. We lost last night. We got blew out. Area code boys. Shout out y'all boys over there. What goes into my preparation though, really, man, first thing I do is I talk to my team first. You know, you can't really get anything going unless you know the strengths and weaknesses of your team. And I do my best to put my teammates in positions to succeed.
Yeah.
With that being stated, every game that we do play, so in this particular instance, we did lose the area code. I didn't have the film on them that I should have had on them, you know what I'm saying, going into the game. So it kind of set us back some. So a lot of what we do is pretty much probably like 70% preparation, and then the rest is skill. You know what I'm saying? So that's how we attack our games, man. And that's just how I approach life in general, man. I'm calculated with everything. You know what I'm saying? So
no,
that's what I do.
Big ups to you, and yeah, big ups to area code. I think, if I'm not mistaken, because in these standings, right, just week 1 alone, I think they're undefeated. I think they're the only, if I'm not mistaken, I think they're the only undefeated team in their division at 3-0. So with you telling me that they've already won another game in week 2, that makes them 4-0, man. They're hot. They're hot, man. So definitely glad to have them and you know, in the private club, you know, and doing big things, man. Looking forward to see more from them. So let's drop forward. So look, y'all know we love to do the icebreakers, man, the trivia questions. So look, this time we're going to do 3 trivia questions per week, right? So the first trivia question, we'll put it up front, and then we'll get to the answers on the back end, right? So the first question, how many triple doubles were recorded in week 1? If you had to guess, would you say none at all? Like nobody got a triple double yet? Will you say 1, 2, or 3, right? So how many triple doubles were recorded in week 1? So we're going to come back to that question later on. All right, the second question. How many double doubles were recorded in week 1? So obviously, you know, there were some double doubles, right? There were a lot of them, but how many is a lot, right? 25, 30, 35, or 40. If you had to guess, how many double doubles were recorded in week 1? Now, here's the third question. So watch this. There is only one team out of the 24 teams in our league, only one team that has at least one player listed in the top 10 race of all 6 categories. So if y'all remember how we've done things in the past, right? The scoring champion award goes to the person who scored the most overall points in the whole season, right? But we keep that updated. We keep that race updated every single week. Same thing with Glass Cleaner of the Year, who's gotten the most rebounds. Dimer of the Year, who's gotten the most assists. So as of right now, there is a team out there who has at least one player in the top 10 of all 6 races. But the question is, what division is that team from? I'm not asking you to guess the team, because I know that's going to be kind of hard. But if you had to guess, is it A, Legend North, right? Legend Conference, North Division. B, Legend South. C, Go East. Or D, Go Conference West Division, right? Which division is that team coming from? All right, so let's drive forward. Hey, so really quick, some admin notes. As a lot of you seen today, we signed into law, if you will, right? It's official. As of today, we have signed our new version of the rules and regulations, right? That said, there are a couple of things in the new version that I want to emphasize one time and one time only, to make sure people really understand. Some of these things need to be emphasized because we don't like repeating ourselves throughout the week, man. It's time consuming. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. So first, for the code of conduct, by far the most important rule that we have. All right, understand this. Trash talking when it's 2K related is okay. We're okay with that. We're not trying to be like dictators and like really take your ability to like kind of talk your trash. No, talk your trash. We get it. Talk your trash. Just keep it 2K related though, right? That's the overall rule of thumb if you don't remember anything else. But do not, under any circumstance, make your trash talk personal. And by personal, you see I highlighted it there. By personal, I mean by talking about someone else's financial status, right? Don't even joke about it. Like, because, you know, this community loves that, bro. Like, oh, you're broke, or what do you mean a wager? You don't have no money. Like, how you know what they got? And you've never met them in person. But just keep that true. That's not what the private club is about. We're not about that. Just keep that to a minimum. Don't talk about anyone's family members, their education, their career, any disabilities, right? We've definitely had some issues in the past, right, where we've had to ban players for thinking it's funny to make fun of someone's disability, and it's not. It's not funny, and it won't be tolerated. All right, someone's upbringing or just any other personal endeavors. Period. Understand this. We are not shy about giving anyone who violates this policy a full-blown ban. Like first time. Like, forget the warning. If you are guilty of violating this code of conduct, you will get banned from the server. Period. If you're guilty again after that, you'll be banned from playing from any other platform, right? So let's say you get banned from Discord and you find a way to finesse your way back in with a fake account, i.e. it's happened, right? It's happened. Okay, cool. Got it. You found a way or whatever. Maybe you didn't get caught or whatever, but you get found again. Now you're not going to play anymore. And trust me when I tell you, we definitely have our ways to make sure that you don't get to play at any more games. All right. Replacing players and teams comes really easy when you got so many people knocking on the door trying to replace you. You're definitely replaceable. So just keep it at a minimum. Let it just end there, man. Just keep it at a minimum. Hey, Casual, if there's anything that you ever want to interject or emphasize as we're flying through these, by all means, just stop me, bro. Just stop me. But here again, I kind of want to fly through these so we can get to all the cool stuff that everybody been waiting on, man. To file a report. All right, so this is your official report filing procedures. The part that I am going to emphasize here. If you think, like, if you can actually prove that your opponent has cheated in some way, i.e. takeover glitch or something of that nature, and you know it for a fact early in the game, do not finish that game. Quit out immediately and report it. Let them know, though. Don't just ghost them. Let them know, hey, y'all are about to get reported to the commissioners. Y'all have takeover glitch. I don't know if y'all knew that, but I'm about to report that. And they're like, hey, you know what? Hey, we didn't know or whatever. We willing to just restart? Okay, then cool. Restart. You don't have to report it as long as both teams agree. But under no circumstance should you play the full game out knowing you're going to file the report anyway, just to see if you were going to squeak out a win. Don't do that. Don't do that. Because if you lose, and we can hear it on your stream, that's what the director of investigation is for. We can hear on your stream, like, oh, they got take glitch. They got take glitch. Oh, but let's just pretend like we don't see it. Let's see if we can win this game first. Maybe we can get a free win. Don't try to finesse us. Don't do it. I use that word specifically for a reason, right? I like throwing that in there. Don't do it, man. Like, just, hey, that's because that's not what the private club is about. We're trying to build a culture of integrity and honor and character, man, and just winning the right way. Not just winning, but winning the right way. And if you lose the right way. We're cutting all the cheating out, man. So that's the one thing. Secondly, when it comes to investigations, let's talk about the integrity violation of false reporting. You cannot lie whatsoever. End of story. If anyone gets caught in a lie in the middle of an investigation for any reason, when they're reporting to the DOI, when they're reporting to me or whoever, that is a 10-game player suspension. 10 games. If you say something, when we're trying to gather evidence and gather facts, this is already a time-consuming process, right? It's already time-consuming, something that we shouldn't have to do because we're all grown here. I got some of us are in high school, college, but all of us was raised right. Listen, I assume that you're telling me the truth when you're reporting something or when you've been reported for something. If you get caught in a lie, it's automatic. There's no negotiations. It's a 10-game suspension. If your team captain gets a 10-game suspension, now your team is going to have to create a temporary pro-am team for 10 days and play without the team captain. That is the position you will put your team in should you choose to lie in an investigation or lie, period, right? All right, let's move on. So replacement teams. I've already put it out once, but let me just make this clear. You can be replaced. We have a wait list, right? We have a wait list of teams who are dying to get into the private club for obvious reasons, which is great, right? It's healthy for the league. But here again, they're hungry and they're waiting to get in. Under the condition that the team that they are replacing, they're going to adopt their record. Now, that's the condition. A lot of people don't like that, but guess what? There are some teams who are hungry enough to accept that condition. And it's already happened twice, right? The reason we're doing that because we've done away with replacement games. All right. If someone in week 6 or week 5 decides to drop or we got to replace them, we're not going to go back and play 5 weeks worth of replacement games. We're not doing that. We're getting rid of that. At the end of the day, if a team drops and we have to replace you, that team is agreeing to adopt the record of the team that they are replacing. That's an agreement up front that they know already, and that's a part of our rules now. Right under that, failure to comply. Listen, we the commissioners have a serious responsibility to uphold the type of environment, the safe playing environment for the entire league. That said, if you fail to comply with any of these rules, the code of conduct, lying, you name it. Like if you've just decided, yeah, I hear what the commissioners are saying, but I don't have to do that. Like, screw them. We reserve the right to hold a committee meeting and formally vote to drop your team 100% and replace you with the very next team that's waiting on that wait list. Let me make that very clear one more time. You can be replaced. So that said, if you want to be replaced, go ahead and let us know now. We'll replace you. But at the end of the day, we want the 24 teams that we have comply with the rules. So you don't have to get replaced. It's the bottom line, because we're going to find the exact those 24 teams that are willing to comply with the overall vision that we're trying to do here for the private club. Forfeits. I've said it before. Let me repeat this, man. There's no such thing as a forfeit win, right? The only time a forfeit will ever happen, let me make this clear, is if me or Casual decide after an investigation is over with that a team has done something so egregious or they have so many infractions against them that we absolutely should not make them play the next game or make them do a rematch. We got to adjudicate, a forfeit. And that is rarely, I'm telling you, that's going to be rarely, it's rarely ever going to happen. Rarely ever going to happen. So team captains, get it out of your mind. Don't think for a second you could just call myself or call at Casual or a member of the committee and say, hey, I need a forfeit win because this team won't play me. But get that out of your mind. I'm telling you, just get it out of your heads. That's not how the private club works. Y'all might be able to get away with that in the other leagues you're playing, and that's fine. But no, get that. That is not a thing here. It is not a thing. You will play your games out, which means you will do your due diligence to reach out to the team captains that you have to schedule with and play your games on time. That's the bottom line, man. That is the bottom line. There's no, get it out of your head, no such thing as a forfeit win or I need a forfeit win. I've had 2 team captains try it as well. Like they go ghost and don't respond to anyone for the whole first week, which is why we're in the situation now, thinking like, okay, if I wait and don't respond at all, then I can pretend like it was them and then I can go ask for forfeit win. Man, come on, stop trying to get over on us. Stop trying to get over on your opponents. Dude, that's not what we're about here. Right? We need to know that the team that makes it to the end, like the pinnacle championship and wins it all, they did it the right way. They didn't do it just by skating by through forfeit wins, man. There's no value in that. All right. There's no value in that. Now, understand this, the second part to that rule. In the event we do decide that something is so egregious that it warrants a forfeit, if that were to ever happen, then the game won't be played at all. And the team receiving that forfeit won't have any stats for that game whatsoever. So understand the implications there. Y'all are going to see some really cool things later on with the stats. Understand what that really means. Like it'll put you at a statistical disadvantage if you weren't able to report stats for a full game. So just get that out of your heads, y'all. All right, hey, this is easy. Restarts and rematches. Listen, if you got to restart or rematch any game, right, for whatever reason, lag out, code out, it really doesn't matter what the reason is. But if you started a game and then for some reason you got to rematch it or replay it or whatever, you got to come in with the same personnel, with the same builds, with the same takeovers, period. The only exceptions to that is if you get the commissioner's permission before your next game starts. Like, period. Like, it has to come from us. You can't just decide on your own, hey, well, I got to switch up the lineup. No, don't start that game with different personnel if you ain't talked to us yet, because I'm telling you right now, it will not go the way you're thinking. All right, let's move on. Last couple ones. So we talked about the lag out, code out. Hey, here's something that Casual mentioned the other day that I think needs to be emphasized. In the event that someone lags out or codes out, like the commissioner, like the committee, we need to know it, number one, so that we can tell you what to do next. But the only way we're going to be able to do it is if you provide the evidence. So the moment everybody lagged out, you need to be able to provide a screenshot of what quarter it is, how much time was left in the quarter, and the point spread. We need to be able to see all of that so we can give you the answer. Don't just do it all on your own. The other reason that's important is for our statistician, right? So let's say y'all lag out at halftime. Now I'm just going to make something up or whatever. Then you come back and you play another half with the point spread. We're going to need both screenshots in order for the stats to work. Because if you don't provide both screenshots, then there's a lot of stats that just simply not going to be recorded. And that matters. And you'll see why it matters later on in the podcast. Hey, there are plenty of teams in violation of this rule right here. Your courts have to be the actual court itself. I'm not talking about the outside canvas, but the court itself must be a shade of hardwood brown, just like in the NBA. End of story. We're doing that for our own visual. Like, we are not okay with your court being black and your jerseys being black. No, bro. Like that's obviously going to create a visual disadvantage for your opponent. We're not trying to have that. We're trying to play everyone straight up. End of story. That is a rule. 100%. It is a rule. It is non-negotiable, right? So now, Casual, if you want to talk about this more, you can. But your home and your away jerseys need to be approved by one of us, by the individuals on the committee, and your court needs to be approved as well. End of story. All right. Let's move on. Streamer. Hey, the only thing I'm gonna say here, y'all already know what the rules are for streaming, but let me say this. All streamers, number one, it's mandatory that both teams stream. But number two, here's the part that I think a lot of y'all have missed already. The individual streaming absolutely is required to adjust their stream settings so that the stream saves on their platform, whether it's YouTube or Twitch, it doesn't matter. The stream has to save. End of story. In the event you stream a game and it does not save because you have not adjusted your settings, that in itself that's an infraction by itself. Period. That is an infraction by itself. And if you're caught or the director of investigation, right, Casual himself, is looking for your stream or whatever and can't find it, can't access it because you have not adjusted your settings, that's an infraction that will be reported to me. And when I'm making my overall determination, that's one of the factors I'm gonna have to use. End of story. That's how that works. Be proactive and adjust if you need help adjusting your stream settings, reach out to me directly. Every single one of you have my personal cell phone number. I've done it for plenty of people. I could do it for you as well. I can help you out. We can FaceTime, whatever the case may be, but I can help you out. But that is mandatory. That's not negotiable. Let's move on because I want to get to all the cool stuff. How much time we got? Want to get to all the cool stuff. All right. Box score etiquette. Hey, listen, we're asking that you do not send here again because I've seen it. People will just take pictures of their TVs and just send it or whatever. Man, that's not working for us. Right? Like, it's not working for us. It's not working for the statisticians. Just be proactive and promptly do the screenshot from the screen or from the PS app, one or the other, and put that in Discord so that we can clearly see the actual numbers and the actual names, and we're not accidentally mistyping someone's gamer tag, or we're not accidentally inputting a zero, or excuse me, an 8 instead of a 0. It matters. It absolutely matters. Just do us a favor, right? And just do your part there. Do your part there. All right, now let's go ahead and talk about the replacement teams really quick. So it's official. 2 teams have been replaced. Obviously, everybody knows Certified Ball Hawks, had to disband. As a result, they've been replaced by Vamp Camp, who we actually get to play tonight, right? AMC Legends will play Vamp Camp tonight. So shout out to them. Thanks for joining us. And also, all right, so Pink Slips has been officially replaced by Revenge Tour. So with Certified Ball Hawks, they were 1-2. Their record was 1-2. So now Vamp Camp, they're automatically adopting that 1-2 record. So y'all see that later on in the standings. Pink Slips, they were 2-0. They were 2-0. So Revenge Tour, you got the better end of the stick there. You actually replaced the team who was already undefeated. So go ahead and keep that streak going, man. Revenge Tour, you're officially 2-0. But that's our replacement teams. Let's go ahead and move forward. Okay. All right. Now let's go ahead and knock out the rest of this trivia so we can get to the cool stuff, records and standings and all that. So the question was, number one, how many triple doubles were recorded in week 1? Was it 0, 1, 2, or 3? And the answer was 0. No one has recorded a triple double yet. That was your answer. Trivia question number 2. How many double doubles? Now, this one's a little harder, right? I don't think I would have guessed this one, right? I wouldn't have guessed it. It could be any of those numbers. All right. But the answer was 30, right? B, 30. There have been 30 double doubles already recorded in week 1. And then the last one, all right, I asked you which team had a player in all 6 categories, in the top 10 of all 6 categories, and what division was that team from? The answer is GOAT West. They're in the West. It's arguably the deepest division out there. Arguably. And y'all will see here that now, guess what? Y'all thought it was over? Nope. I do have a trivia bonus question. Here's the bonus question, right? So I asked you earlier, what division is that team from? Now I'm just going to ask you, who's the team? So somebody y'all just try to guess. Who is the team that has one player listed in all 6 categories? Is it Simply Great? Is it Casual in them? Do they got someone in all 6 categories? Is it V Long, right? Is it V Long? Is it Team Domination? Or is it Area Code Boys? Look, let's go ahead and eliminate one. I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Area Code Boys. And if you're paying attention to my background right now, you know it's definitely not Area Code Boys and it's definitely not Domination, because neither one of them are in GOAT West. So it's either Simply Great and V Longs, right? Simply Great or V Long, and the answer is V Long. Man, that's impressive. V Long, y'all got a player in the top 10 of every category, man. And we all gonna see it here in a little bit. That is crazy impressive, right? Crazy impressive. All right, now let's get started with these standings, man. Let's go. Week 1 standings. Let's get it popping, yo. All right, so week 1, first, let's start in the Legend Conference North Division. Like we said, Area Code Boys, y'all are number 1 of your division right now, up in the North, 3-0. Hey, y'all are doing it, man. Casual just gave y'all a shout out earlier, so y'all are doing it. Hey, Violence is 2-1. All right, underneath them, you got Northside Vibes, led by DD Smooth K. 4TF Elite is also 2-1, and then you got 2 winless teams as of right now. So Jigging them and Just Be Comp at the bottom of that division. All right, let's talk about the South. Legend South. All right, TU, Trench University. Hey, Casual, take us away real quick. I know you said you want to give them a shout out. Kaz. Oh, I think I lost my co-commissioner. My bad. I didn't realize I lost him. So it's cool. We're just going to go ahead and drive forward. But so TU is here again for some reason, man. K Broski, but bro, you're doing your thing. Casual was explaining to me earlier that, man, apparently some individuals, I ain't gonna name no names, but was kind of like giving you a hard time in the past in some different leagues, right? Kind of didn't want you to play in their league for whatever reason. And to be honest, like I don't know what that reason is, and quite frankly, I can't tell because, dude, as far as I'm concerned, man, you've been none but respectful. You know what I'm saying? And your team is hungry, bro. Like, y'all are leading our division right now. So congrats to you. We just played y'all the other day, man, and y'all gave us, bro, y'all like legit. I think we almost wound up coming back, though. It was a good game. We almost pulled off a crazy comeback, matter of fact. It was crazy. But nah, man, y'all some shooters, bro. So keep doing your thing. Then it's us, right? AMC Legends, man. We got a good win at first. We got a good win against, I think it was Elite Standard. And then we lost 2 in a row. We lost to Simply Great, right? Casual and them, and then Generation of Miracles, man, out of nowhere, man. They're doing their thing. All right, so Vamp Camp, y'all remember Vamp Camp replaced Certified, so that's why they have the 1-2 record as of right now, right? They have the 1-2 record as of right now. And then Miami Killers, Break the Code, and Elite Brand. Those are the 3 teams right now that are winless in the Legend South. So let's move forward. All right, so East, all right, in the East. Go East Conference, up and over, undefeated. Great job, man. Team Domination, one of the hottest teams out there, 2-1. Xavier, also 2-1. Man, there's a lot of winning going on over in the GOAT Conference, bro. Tier 1, 1-1, because they still have a game to play left in the in week 1. And then Distant Steals is 1-2. Immortals, man, Immortals is playing some. The funny thing is, don't let that 0-3 record fool you. Hey, Immortals are doing their thing, but like I don't want to give it away, but they have an individual who's leading in one of those categories. I'm gonna stop right there. I don't want to give it away. So don't sleep on them. Like they here, they competing, they comp. All right. And then down in the West, man, like I said, this is why I said, man, the GOAT West might be the deepest division, bro. So yeah, you got Simply Great at 3-0, Generation at 2-0, Revenge Tier. You know, obviously they inherit that 2-0 record from Pink Slips. But V-Long, bro, V-Long easily. I just said it earlier. They're number 4 in their conference. I mean, in their division right now, but they got somebody in all 6 categories in the top 10. They're 2-1. Form Elite is 2-1. By far the most winningest division out there, bro. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. And don't sleep on Elite Standard either, bro. Like, bro, if y'all know the history of leagues and who's been dominating, who hasn't, don't let that 0-2 fool you. Like this is by far right now, I would say the deepest division. Let's move on. All right, so let's go to the leaderboard, man. Hey, so congratulations to Painless from V-Long, man. All right, Painless from V-Long, he is the number 1 on the leaderboard for points, right? He is currently the scoring champion as of week 1 with 110 points. But let's look at the top 10. So who else made it in the top 10? You got Wet from Up and Over, K Broski from TU coming in at number 3. All right, you got And Now We Trust. All right, and just look at everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Go, Zach, Manny, Domination gonna always have somebody in there. Like shout out to Eminazi. And then Cully from Simply Great, right? And then you got Prada from Violence. So man, if you made it on the top 10, congratulations to you, bro. Like for real, we do this every week. This is what it's like, man. This is why it's special. This is why getting the stats right matters. You feel me? This is why it matters. So let's move forward. All right, rebounds. I told y'all, I told you Immortals of Silence had somebody. So coach, congrats, boy. You out there hooping. You out there dominating that paint, bro. Like, it's insane to me. It's crazy to me, man. Congrats. So here's what the top 10 looks like right now. And if you made it on the top 10 for rebounds, congrats, right? Y'all see your commission, man. I'm on number 8 right now. But look, the distance between me and coaches, I mean, dude, I'm at like 23. Coach got 50 of them things, bro. Like, look at the distance between number 1 and 2, 50 and 40. Like, well, coach is running away with it this time, man. So let's go ahead and move forward. All right, so assists. Hey, this is heated. This race right here is heated. So first, Aminazi, if I got that wrong, just hit me up later. Right, he got 40, so he's the league leader right now in assists. But boy, is this, bro? Look, my dog, bro, my point guard Showtime is on the number 2 spot, and he's 1 assist away. That is a heated race. I can see this right now. That's gonna come down to the wire, bro. I don't care what y'all say. Boy, shout out to my point guard Showtime. Welcome back to AMC. AMC over everybody. Let's go. Hey, bro. Hey, I ain't gonna lie, I'm hyped. Just seeing the AMC legend on there, period, I'm hyped. But bro, like the fact that he's almost on the number 1 spot. Oh man.